Hello there, I'm Elliot, and welcome to Love Labs. You think she might be into you, but you can't tell if she's actually interested or just being friendly. That uncertainty isn't a flaw in your reading. Women's signals are often subtle by design, not by accident. Here are 8 signs she has real feelings for you, drawn from attachment research, nonverbal communication studies, and the behavioral patterns that show up when a woman starts orienting her life around someone. She finds reasons to be near you. Have you noticed she keeps ending up in the same room as you? Not in a stalkery way, in that quiet, almost coincidental way, where she just somehow always seems to be wherever you are. Maybe she takes her coffee break at the same time you do. Maybe she joins the group conversation you're standing in, even though there are 5 other groups in the room. Maybe she walks past your desk when her actual desk is nowhere near it. Maybe at a party, she keeps drifting back into your gravitational pull, and every time you turn around, she's somehow within arm's reach again. Watch for it. People don't accidentally end up next to the same person 5 times in one evening. Proximity seeking is one of the earliest attachment behaviors humans show. Long before we say the words, our bodies start orienting toward what we want. We move toward what feels good. We linger near what feels safe. We invent micro reasons to be in the same physical space as the person we're drawn to. And the thing is, she might not even fully realize she's doing it. That's actually how you know it's real. Conscious effort can be faked. Unconscious gravity can't. So don't ask yourself whether she's saying anything yet. Ask yourself where her feet keep ending up. If she's choosing your gravitational pull repeatedly, that's not coincidence. That's a vote. Her body opens up when you walk in. Does her posture change when you walk into the room? Most men don't watch for this, which is why they miss it. But the moment she registers you, her body starts adjusting in small, specific ways. Her arms uncross, her legs uncross, her shoulders rotate toward you, even if she's mid-conversation with someone else. Her back straightens just slightly. Most importantly, her feet start pointing your direction. Her face is still aimed at the person she's talking to, but her feet have already cast their vote. This is one of the most studied signals in nonverbal communication. Albert Mehrabian's foundational work on body language established that body orientation, particularly the angle of the torso and the direction of the feet, is one of the strongest indicators of liking and psychological availability. Open posture signals: I'm available, I'm safe, I'm interested. Closed posture signals: I'm protecting myself, I'm not letting you in yet. Bodies broadcast interest faster than mouths do, and they broadcast it more honestly. The mouth has filters, the body doesn't. Here's the part most guys miss. You're not looking for one big obvious shift. You're looking for the subtle micro-adjustment that happens in the first 3 seconds after she sees you. That's the unfiltered signal. After 3 seconds, social awareness kicks in, and she might start managing her body language consciously. But that first beat, that's the truth. Watch her feet. They almost always tell the truth before her words do. Her eyes hold yours longer than they should. Have you caught her looking at you when she didn't know you'd see? Eye contact is the most over-discussed and under-understood signal in dating. Everyone knows eye contact means something, but the specific kind of eye contact that signals real interest has a very particular pattern. It's not the long, confident hold, it's the look that breaks and comes back. She holds your gaze a beat longer than the conversation requires. Then she looks down, and a small smile escapes before she can stop it. Or you catch her watching you across a room. She sees you see her. She looks away fast. And then a few minutes later, she's looking again. That break and return pattern is the thing. Sustained eye contact between 2 people triggers oxytocin release, the hormone associated with bonding and emotional closeness. It's not a magic spell, but it does create a feedback loop. Eye contact builds a sense of connection, which makes her want to make more eye contact, which builds more connection. Now, you might be thinking, but what if she's just confident with eye contact in general? Fair question. Here's the difference. Confident eye contact with everyone doesn't break and reset. It holds, it engages, it moves on cleanly. Interested eye contact with you specifically breaks because she gets shy and comes back because she can't help it. That's the tell. The look that breaks and comes back is not the same as the look that just holds. Learn the difference, and you'll stop missing one of the clearest signals she gives you. She remembers things you barely mentioned. Has she remembered something you only said in passing? You mentioned a movie you wanted to see 3 weeks ago. Now she's bringing it up. You told her once, in a side comment, that you had a job interview coming up, and a week later, she asks how it went, even though you never updated her. She knows your coffee order without asking. She remembers your sister's name. She references that band you said you liked one time, months ago, in a conversation you've already forgotten. This is one of the most quietly powerful signals there is, because it can't be faked in real time. Memory works on attention, and attention follows interest. Cognitive psychology research on selective encoding consistently shows that we retain information about people we find significant at much higher rates than people we don't. We don't try to remember those details. They just stick because our brain has flagged that person as someone worth tracking. So, when she's pulling small details out of her memory that you barely registered telling her, she's not being weirdly attentive. She's showing you that her brain has been keeping a file on you. And brains don't keep files on people who don't matter to them. Most guys hear a woman remember something small and think, oh, she's just a thoughtful person. Maybe. But thoughtful people are thoughtful with everyone. Test it. Does she remember small things about other people the same way? Probably not at the same level. The selective memory is the signal. If she's keeping a mental file on you, you're not background noise. You're a main character. She mirrors your energy. Does talking to her sometimes feel like looking into a softer version of yourself? Mirroring is one of the most fascinating phenomena in social psychology, and it's almost entirely unconscious. When two people are in genuine emotional sync, their bodies start matching each other in subtle ways. She crosses her legs when you do. She sips her drink right after you sip yours. Her speech tempo slows when yours slows. Her laugh rhythm starts matching your laugh rhythm. She picks up your slang, your phrasing, your way of saying things, not on purpose, just because that's what brains in synchrony do. Mirroring happens when the brain is in safety, in synchrony, in connection. We mirror what we feel comfortable with. We mirror what we want to be closer to. Now you might push back. Couldn't this just mean she's a social chameleon? Some people just match whoever they're around. That's a real thing. But here's the test. Social chameleons mirror everyone equally. Watch her with other people. Does she match their tempo and posture the same way she matches yours? Probably not. Interested women mirror you specifically, more often, and on the small unconscious stuff she'd never think to fake. The conscious stuff can be performance. The unconscious stuff is the truth. Look at the things she couldn't possibly be doing on purpose. The timing of her drink, the angle of her head when you tilt yours, the way she breathes deeper when you do. That's where the real signal lives. Watch the unconscious stuff. That's where the truth lives. She gets vulnerable in ways she doesn't with others. Has she told you something that felt like it cost her to say? Not an oversharing dump. Not surface level small talk dressed up as depth, but something real. A fear she usually keeps to herself. A past hurt she doesn't bring up casually. An embarrassing story she'd never tell at a party. A fragile hope she's working toward that she hasn't told most people about. Something about her family she usually keeps private. When a woman shares something like that with you, pay attention to the way she shares it. There's a small hesitation before. There's a look she gives you while she's saying it, gauging whether she made the right call. That's not random self-disclosure. That's a calculated trust test. Arthur Aaron and his colleagues have done extensive research on self-disclosure and closeness. Their work shows that reciprocal, escalating vulnerability is one of the most powerful accelerants of intimacy and attraction between two people. The famous 36 questions study built directly on this finding. People take vulnerability risks with people they're testing for trust, and the moment you handle that vulnerability well, without flinching, without judging, without weaponizing it later, you've passed a checkpoint she may not even consciously know she's running. Here's the part that matters. She's not just sharing. She's auditioning the relationship. She's finding out whether you're someone she can be soft with. That decision shapes everything that comes next. When a woman lowers her guard for you specifically, that's not just a conversation, that's an offering. She rearranges her time for you. Wonder how much of her time you actually rank for. Time is the one resource no one gets back, and it's the one signal that strips away every kind of social politeness. She can say nice things. She can be friendly. She can text you back consistently. None of that costs her anything. But where she actually puts her hours, that's where the real priority lives. Here's what to try, because this one you can actually test. Suggest something low stakes on a day you know she has things going on. A quick coffee, a walk, something that fits in a real life, not a grand romantic gesture. Don't pressure her, don't oversell it, don't make it weird, just float the idea casually and watch what she does. The woman who's interested doesn't just say yes, she rearranges around you. She moves the dentist appointment. She tells the friend she'll catch them next week. She finds the gap in her day and makes the gap bigger. The woman who isn't interested gives you a polite reschedule that somehow never lands on a real date. Oh, that week's crazy. Maybe next month. Next month never comes. Now, you might be tempted to give her endless benefit of the doubt, but she might just be polite. Sure, politeness reschedules once. Politeness apologizes for being busy and offers a specific alternative day. Interest reschedules until it works. The pattern across multiple attempts is what tells you the truth, not any single response. Don't listen to what she says she'll do. Watch what she actually moves around to do. She shows up for you when it's inconvenient. Has she ever shown up for you when there was nothing in it for her? This is the heaviest sign on this list, and it's the one most worth paying attention to. Convenient affection is cheap. Anyone can be sweet to you when they're in a good mood, when life is easy, when you're at your best. The signal you actually want is what happens when affection costs her something. She texts to check in after a hard day at work when she has her own stuff to deal with. She drives across town when your car breaks down. She remembers an anniversary of something painful in your life, a death, a divorce, a hard date, and reaches out specifically because she knows. She defends you in a conversation you weren't even part of. She shows up to your thing sick. She sits with you when you're in a bad mood and doesn't try to fix you. Investment model research in relationship psychology, particularly the work of Carol Rusbolt and colleagues, consistently shows that inconvenient effort is one of the strongest predictors of long-term commitment intent. People only put inconvenient effort into things they're invested in for the long run. The brain doesn't waste expensive effort on low-value targets. So when she's investing, where there's no immediate payoff, where the math doesn't make sense unless she's already emotionally committed, that's not coincidence. That's information. This is the one that matters most. More than the eye contact, more than the mirroring, more than the proximity. Anyone can show up when it's easy. The woman who shows up when it's hard is telling you exactly where you stand. So you've spent the last 20 minutes scanning these 8 signs for someone else, watching her body language, her time, her vulnerability, the things she does when nothing's in it for her. Now, turn the camera around. How many of these 8 are you doing back? When was the last time you showed up for her when it cost you something? When there was no immediate payoff, no easy win, just the simple fact that she needed you there. The truth is, most men want to be loved well, long before they think about whether they're loving well in return. Drop a comment and tell me which sign hit closest to home, the one you spotted in her, or the one you realized you've been quietly missing on your end. Hit like if you're still thinking about it, and subscribe so you don't miss what's next.